So, folks, I just want to really point out quickly here, Dinesh D'Souza is a creep. Like, he's a disgusting creep. Not only is he a terrible director of films, and I use that charitably, but he's also duped by AI and very creepy and gross. Here he is posting an AI video on Twitter. This is very provocative. It helped me understand why in my grandparents' generation and before that, men were typically 10 years older than the women they married. Oh, that's so cool. Let's listen to 30 seconds of it.
Younger men haven't developed yet. Young women bring youth, beauty, curiosity, softness. Older men bring experience, confidence, emotional control, and safety. That pairing has worked for thousands of years because of what? Biology and polarity. A young woman is wired to seek a man who can guide her and protect her and elevate her, not control her, but teach her. Older men teach. They teach emotional maturity. They teach communication. They teach young.
And that's why it's totally fine and normal for, say, a 26-year-old to pursue a high schooler. That's why it's totally fine and normal, guys. Like, it's fucking insane. This seems so real. I mean, it's not. Like, that woman is AI, and let's just real out of curiosity, how did Dinesh D'Souza respond when it was pointed out that woman is not real? In fact, yeah, so it's AI. Who cares? I'm commenting on the content, and only because it helps me understand why in earlier generations, women in their early 20s routinely married men in their early 30s.
Emotional control.
It's so that they could control them. It's literally just a power gambit to control a woman. That's it. If even accepting the claim on face value, it's because in society, generations ago, women could not just enter the workforce and become independently wealthy, by and large. Like, you had to be married in order to access basic services in some cases. And it turns out that, like, oh, hey, if you're not married, your life is basically over in a lot of these in these scenarios. And so, being taught that and learning that at an early age, many young women and girls, because again, when you start looking back several generations ago, you start seeing grown-ass adult men marrying children. No, this power dynamic is bad. This power dynamic is born, generally speaking, out of a desire for control. And it's not to say that it is always that way. You know, especially, like, I think when you hit your late 20s, early 30s, like, if you want to date someone who's 10 years older than you, go for it. You know, you know what you're getting into. But, like, when you start looking at, like, if a guy who is 26 wants to start dating a 16-year-old, I'm sorry, it's just fucking gross. It's just gross, and in some cases illegal, for them to do that. It's revealing who in media and what politics they align with, is making excuses for a grown-ass man to pursue a child. You know, I guess I'll just say that. Because it tends to be overwhelmingly that conservative men are the ones making excuses for why it's totally fine and normal for a grown-ass man to want to date a child. It's interesting how there's kind of a pattern that emerges when you start looking at that, isn't it? Yeah, the AI even specified emotional control. Exactly. And Sake Tanuki, you also pointed it out, and thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs. Very much appreciated. But, like, God, how on earth does this continue to play well to a conservative base that for the last 10 years has been predicated almost entirely on saving the children? Like, as a trans person, conservatives have been like saying, oh, you're a threat to children, you're a threat to children, you're a threat to children, like the entire time that I've been out. And now they're like all simultaneously like putting guys like Dinesh D'Souza like up in the air and celebrating them for like literally just advocating for situations in which children would be abused. It's like all of the QAnon folks just I guess full of shit. At least if they're still MAGA, I guess. But damn. They're more concerned about saving traditional hierarchies than saving children. Well, yeah, that becomes readily apparent from Dinesh D'Souza's comment, right? Like, he's not concerned with any of the ethics of the situation. He's not concerned with, like, the morality of, you know, trying to okay why older men are interested in younger women. Instead, he is simply planting his flag and in deference to the way things used to be.
In happier news, the puppy bowl lapped Pusa for the hour count.
Oh, that is wonderful. Thank you very much, Red Rudy, for the $5 super chat. Anyway, also Sake Tanuki, thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs. What is this?
Emotional damage. You want some therapy?
Genuinely, we would get a lot of use out of this particular meme on this channel. I feel like I talk a
think
lot
conservatives just don't view people,
about
especially
deeply
girls,
disturbing things.
over 12 as children anymore. And if those kids are not white and middle class or higher, they don't have a single asterisk to give.
No, and Lily Love Stuff, you're 100% correct. Like, the fact that Matt Walsh didn't lose his entire career when it came out that he was talking about, like, how it was, like totally fine to be into children because they're at their peak of, like, being able to conceive children at, like, 16 or whatever, 15, whatever age he said in that clip. And, like, the fact that he still has his job really shows where the value of the far right is, you know? And I would say you're correct. Like, there is a not insubstantial number of conservatives who just kind of think like, oh, well, you know, when a girl begins having periods like that, then they're fair game. Like, that's genuinely where a lot of them are at. And it's beyond disgusting. Like, I'm sorry, deleted Matt Walsh blog post calls the concept of adolescence a modern plague. Adolescence isn't a product of brain chemistry, it's a product of our expectations. If we expect 23-year-olds to act like they're 13, then we'll get just that. For thousands of years, 13-year-olds were expected to act like they're 23, and those expectations were met. At about 16, you're an adult who is mature and can make decisions. You are that at 16. I don't care what anybody says. That's my point, okay? So all of a sudden, act like this phenomenon of girls getting pregnant at that age, at a young age, that we consider 16 or 17, to act like it's a new thing is ridiculous. It's always been that way. Girls between the ages of 17 and 24 is technically when they're most fertile. That's the context in which he's talking about at 16, you're a mature adult who can make your own decisions. That's the context. But this guy still has a job. The far right just does not give a shit.
It's such a huge misconception that in the past it was common for adult men to marry children. Yes, it happened, but that was reserved for royalty. Your average woman was getting married over 25.
A new low for him, I see. But that's the thing, right? Like, he made those comments back in 2010. He made those comments in 2010. This was published in 2022. It's 2026. Matt Walsh still has a job. Like, it's not a new low. It's been this low the entire time.
Thank you for the work you do. I'm sorry I can't give more less than 3.
It's okay, Crane. I really appreciate the support, so thank you very much. And Lily Love Stuff, thank you for the $5 dono as well. And let's just end off with one more.
Emotional damage. You want some therapy?
Yeah, emotional damage, and yeah, I do want therapy. That's why I go to therapy, actually. God. Anyway, Dinesh D'Souza agreeing with an AI programmed to say how it's totally normal for adult men to want to be together with younger and younger girls. I wish it was a new low for the far right, but it's been that it's been there the entire time. This is a pervasive idea among the far right, and I think it's about time like people started calling it out. Like if we're going to, as a society, try and say that folks should care about the Jeffrey Epstein allegations and the Epstein files, etc., then we should also maybe give a damn when people who have giant platforms that reach millions of people have a history of talking about how it's totally fine and normal to like have sex with teenagers and children. I don't know. Maybe it just seems like we should have some consistency here. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe, and also get organized, folks, because we need to make sure that when we are out there in the world, we have folks who actually represent working folks like us in positions of power. Because the far right, they ain't like us. All right? So get organized with your local Dems. Make them more radical if they are centrists, make them progressives. Get more people in there. Out-organize. And also, consider joining your DSA. DSA recently hit over 100,000 members, close to its all-time high. So be a part of that. Join your DSA, make them more effective. And last but not least, folks, check out ImogeneOlivia.com, gender euphoric lingerie designed from the ground up for trans femmes. Link down in the doobly-doo. Let's keep on going.
Riverboat deck is going to town. All the viewers gather round. Twitch and YouTube and swishy streams. All that content is bursting the seams. Politics, being and plenty more. Your sense of